I got you. I got you. I got you. I saw your thing laid out. What are you doing? I got you. Bro, what are you doing? Hi, I'm Theo, and laser tag takes a lot of effort, but what if it didn't? We're gonna make a tank that shoots lasers. This absolute affront to humanity may look nice and innocent, but believe you me, it will be an absolute weapon of war ready to wipe out the human race.
Now I know what you're thinking. Isaac, what the fuck was that? I'm a dyslexic seal, or I was born before 1995, so I don't know anything other than charge my phone, lie, and twerk. Don't worry, I'll break it down for you real simple. That is what we like to call a robotic tank. It is essentially a Raspberry Pi with motors strapped onto a chassis, and then somehow this abomination came into existence. It's just simply the way that it is. So essentially what we're gonna do is, you know what? I'm sensing a telekinetic burst. Future me has already explained what we're going to do, but really boringly. But I don't want to waste the footage, so here you go.
In this spot, there's essentially three things we gotta do. We gotta get the cum. No, this tank is cum. Complete utter mistake. Complete utter mistake. Just like masturbating at 3 a.m. until life is born. Moving on from that, we got the operation of the gun. So essentially, we're just taking the original tank. We got like this little stepper motor. What are you doing, stepper motor port? And so each one of these has 4 pins. Each one of these 4 pins represents a pin. Who would have thought? I need 2 pairs, like say that. Each one of those represents a sub-port. If you're going to do a stepper motor, you need all 4, but if you're just doing a regular DC motor, or if you're doing a switch, you only really need 2. So this one is already taken up by shitty cloth. So we got 4A, 3B, and 3A that we can work with. Well, we don't need 3 parts, we only need 2, because the rest of it's already built into the gun. So then we can take 4A, have that be fire, have 3B, have that be reload, and bada bing, bada boom, we're all done, except there's one minor issue, which is I think it'd be really cool if we could like turn the laser on and off remotely. So we are going to have on slash off on 3A, which is a little disappointing. We're going to have to do so many ports. Oh my god, the coding is going to be immense and it's already done. It took me like 2.5 seconds. Coding's not that hard. You just drag and drop the right command into the right spot. It's fucking, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
Okay, thank you, future me. Clearly, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Essentially, we're going to be hijacking the signals off of a board that's meant to run a DC motor to trigger a relay. That relay is going to trigger the gun and make the gun both shoot and reload. I thought about doing power, but then I thought to myself, that sounds kind of cringe and involves like actually like taking more of the gun apart than I want to, so we're not actually going to do that.
So, surprise, surprise, in the corporate world, they decided, let's make a relay for things, and then let's make the diagram stupid and dumb, stupid and not be clear on what everything can do, because we were stupid and dumb and stupid. So essentially here we have the diagram for the relay we're going to be using today. Or for the video, for the product, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You got positive, negative terminal, totally normal, you got a signal, whatever, normally closed, normally open. Here's the problem. The Arduino for the robot doesn't actually have any signal. That's because it was made to do one thing and one thing only, and that's drive motors, and so it has the motor drives plugged in, and that's all it can really do is do the motors, do a couple sensors, yada yada. It isn't prepared to run a fucking relay, so it doesn't even have a positive and negative barely, except for the fact that I'm going to force it to do that, because I'm a big boy who knows how to manipulate technology. So, I thought, oh shit, I need to have these 2 powered to be able to power the relay, right? Right? Because that's a totally irrational assumption. Wrong. Essentially the way that it works is this is going to be accepting voltage in order to activate this coil, which will swing it shut so I can do it. This is literally just here to complete that circuit. That's all it's there for. This is, hold on, let me actually draw it over here. This is essentially the circuit that I just took from here. I just moved it over here so it makes sense. All this does is it switches back and forth when this coil is activated. So, me am smart, me know this now, so what I do is this, but this nerf. Or sorry, hold on. We don't want to get DDoS into outer space. Laser gun. Yeah. And so using all this combined knowledge, I can officially certify that nobody is watching the video at this point because this is nerdy shit that nobody cares about.
So, as it turns out, the wiring was easy. It was actually really easy wiring. You just took the 2 ports, put it onto the relay like I said earlier, and bing bang boom, you're done. That being said, apparently what is much more difficult is testing the wiring and functionality of the tank with the power supply unplugged. So here's a meme about that. And beyond that, enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy the footage of once the tank's put together, as well as the exit. Don't know why I'm doing this in such a long manner, probably to pan out the runtime of this video so that way YouTube thinks I make longer content, so they promote my videos better. Alright, that should be good for the runtime. Alright boyos, sorry for the dropping camera quality, but turns out that I can control it with my phone and I can't with my desktop. So the tank is done, as you can see. It's actually kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. Got turret actuation remotely. It goes. And you know what? I understand it. It's just making funny noises. You don't know if it's actually shooting lasers or not. So I'll prove to you guys. Here's one of the rifles from the bundle, right? If I can one-hand it, and press fire. And guess what? Now if I do the same thing and I just fire at it with the rifle, right? Now the tank's dead too. It's sick. It's so damn cool, and I'm so glad that it's finally done.
Dare I say, I think that the project was a success. We do have a laser gun on a tank. Overall, 9 out of 10 would do again, if this one broke, of course, but it won't because it's made out of stellinium. That being said, in all things serious, it wasn't too hard to make. The fact that I was able to make this is proof that damn near anyone can make damn near anything with damn near anything. I mean, if you look really closely right over here, there's some parts that are supposed to be able to plug into the Arduino that powers this whole thing. Except I bought ones that were too big, so I used solder and I wired them directly into the ports they're supposed to plug into. I mean, it all works normally. As you can tell, the gun actually follows the same linkage as this top bar, so the motor over here. That's what does the elevation. As far as the firing, exactly like I explained earlier, we hijack the signal on the board, run it to a relay, and then the gun power runs through the relay. It's exactly as if you were tripping a switch, but because the relay is, we can make it fully electronic and wireless, despite all the added wires. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more stuff with the kit, as far as just like memeing it up. You know, I might put a sensor on here to tell distance, or I might replace this with like a Nerf gun, or various other things that you can do. That being said, for this video, that about sums it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And if you do want this abomination and affront to humanity to die in a fire, please leave a dislike on the video. If you want me to make more, leave a like. Be sure to comment and subscribe and get this thing out of my sight.